But with all that said, we are in on Cold Wind, and we are not Cold Wind. Oh my god. Hallie, help.
What do you need me for? No, we're putting our cameras down. We're making sure we have a bird's eye view of everywhere that could possibly matter. I don't think he got the camera down on that tree. I think he had very little time to do it.
Well, he might have changed his mind on that. We do see, however, that our killer is rocking that corrupt intervention, and that's a pretty okay corrupt setup for them. They are going to be looking to find somebody rather quickly. We're seeing actually almost the exact same perks for a lot of these killers right now. We do again have that ruin that is going to be doing some passive work once they find a gen. But it looks like our survivors are playing things pretty slowly to start things out. This is a little bit of a slower start to things.
I mean, it's always a slower start when you're versing Singularity, in my experience. Especially if the Singularity knows what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to get one of those biopods onto a survivor, and now we are in chase. This is when things are really going to kick off. We did get a really nice quick hit here. Going to be moving back to Shack, replacing that little camera there on the tree, and another one there as well. Doing a really great job corralling the survivor. This is a tough situation to be in. I don't know how Ace gets out of this, but somehow they're managing to do so.
Yep, Ace played this very, very well. Avoided the slipstream at all costs. That was a very well played Shack Pallet.
Meanwhile, we are getting another biopod attached to Survivor, who is at main building, doing a little bit of surveillance here.
I have to say that killer instinct when he puts his pods on the survivors is huge.
Talk more about that. Tell me why.
Well, it came in a recent update, but like the location information that you get when you, like it helps a lot with the confusion on newer players, but in the hands of a skilled player, it's dangerous, that kind of information.
Yeah, I tend to agree, and we are going to be seeing this chase move onto this arena here. Oh, baiting that really nicely, coming back and getting a quick hit.
That seemed a little far away.
We do see that slipstream happening, though.
Ooh.
And our first down coming through. This is going to be first hook. We don't see a gen popping. In fact, we don't see a lot of progress on any generator in particular right now.
No, we don't. But we are on a totem here. I can only assume that is ruin.
And I think you are correct about that. Ruin now out of the way. Things will start progressing a little bit quicker for our survivors here. Tremor really taking their time, though, playing quite patiently. Whereas Silence's killer really, moving across the map pretty quickly, looking for anyone they can find. But these survivors are stealthing out a lot of this, trying desperately to not get these biopods attached to them.
Yeah, and we can see our killer's loadout here. We can see it's generally a very comp ready loadout. But then if you look at the add-ons our Singularity's running here, you can see, I believe that's Soma Family Photo, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are correct about that.
It's very small, so it's hard to see.
Yeah, but I think you are right about that.
And that is a slowdown all on its own. It does hinder the survivor if they're fully healthy, but it also, if they're already injured, I believe it puts them into deep wounds.
Oof.
Which is huge.
I was about to say, that is going to be big for our killer. Gonna be trying to get this Ace down quickly here. Ace, who did a great job of getting away earlier, but unable to do so. Second hook for our killer. Still no gens have popped, though.
Yeah, that deep wounds effect of the Soma Family Photo turns our Singularity into Singulegion,
Friends, we just saw one of the most rare sightings in Survivor competitive history, which is that we accidentally swapped onto two survivors who were for the homieing. And honestly, you love to see it. That kind of camaraderie and protection for each other, huge because they do know that our killer is going to be going back after that Zarina, probably going to be trying to get a pretty quick out. So that for the people, saving that time, allowing people to get back on gens while protecting that Zarina, really big for our survivors.
Also risky. Because that is something that can easily backfire.
Yeah, absolutely. But in this instance, it does look like it's paying off pretty well. They were able to get the killer's attention back on the Zarina. And looks like Sable is able to be healed again at this point. So we may be seeing that come through. Zarina does take a tag. Is going to be trying to make as much distance as possible. Trying to see them on camera. Not able to get that slipstream, though.
It should be noted, even if your pods are EMP'd, the information they give is still very, very valuable. It's not always about teleporting or tagging.
No, absolutely. Just knowing where everyone is, where to focus your efforts on the map, that's huge. The amount, that's one of the things about Singularity is the amount of information they are able to gather is really big. So if you are a good killer player and you are able to capitalize on that information well, as you were saying earlier, like that's what's most important, because the information is there for you. You are effectively a one-man information superhighway with these little biopods. The question is,
I haven't heard that in years.
Oh yeah?
Information superhighway.
Are you calling me
I like
old?
it though. I'm probably older than you are, but it's okay. I like it. We are focusing on this Zarina here though.
Yeah, maybe a little too much? Question mark? I don't know. It might be time to look for someone else. Although a little bit of that sunk cost fallacy. You spent a lot of time already on this Zarina, but Sable coming in and gonna be looking to tank a hit probably if possible. Yeah, absolutely.
Sable I think brought an EMP as well.
Yeah, that's huge. These survivors so far are Tremor is playing incredibly well. Pretty much exactly what you would expect from Tremor. But again, our killer struggling a little bit. They've only had 3 hooks, so this is gonna be, they have a lot of work to do, and survivors only have 2 gens left, and it looks like the gen spread is not bad either.
Ooh, you saw he went into his camera, but he went into the wrong one for a second, and that cost him a potential pod. Or a potential tag.
Yep.
That's rough.
Our little robot man moving across the map. He is going to find somebody, and it looks like it's the Michaela this time. Michaela, unfortunately, someone who we haven't had hooked and haven't seen in chase. So valuable for the fresh hook, but at this stage in the game, we want somebody out of this game.
Yeah, you're at a stage when you need someone dead.
Yeah, so even though they're finding a fresh hook at this point, not going to be as helpful.
Oof.
How are you feeling about this match, Pally? I am a little bit worried for Silence at this point.
I am a little bit worried as well, but the thing about Hux games is they can turn around so quick. They can turn around so quick. It's not over until every survivor is out of the gate.
That is absolutely true. I will say, though, Tremor's gotten 3 gens done, and my guess is they are definitely going to get a 4th. So that is...
I would say absolutely, yeah.
Even if we do get that 4K at 1, that's not an impossible ask for Singularity at all.
No,
so
it's not.
If Tremor's killer can come in and play really strong, I think Silence is going to be having a hard time. But we never know. As you said, things can turn around, things can snowball. They could potentially 4K here. They just need the right pressure for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you're like me, you're just kind of enjoying the Singularity footage here.
I mean, I'm not like you. I find Singularity gives me a headache. Enjoying
Only
the
when I
gameplay, but yeah, I don't play Singularity, so I don't. The mechanics of Singularity are so wild to me. Singularity is one of those killers that I just don't play. Like, I don't play Singularity, I don't play Unknown, I don't play Blight, and I don't play Nurse. And they are all, like, very kind of mechanically intensive, like, like really have to manage the whoa, hello?
Ooh, that could not be good.
What?
How would you have left the is that Sable we're looking at on the shoulder here?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Would you have left the Sable on the ground and gone after the Zarina who you know is dead? I might have.
Yeah, I absolutely would have, I think. Yeah.
That seemed to me, I'm not a comp player. I just
No.
watch and cast, but that seemed like a questionable decision.
Yeah, that Zarina was kind of offering themselves up to you at
She
that
ran right
point.
into a dead zone.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't pursue that, except for maybe they feel like, well, I haven't been able to get this Zarina in a hot minute, and I don't want to risk them picking up, so I'm just going to take the hook that I know I can get, which, you know, if you're feeling like you can't catch the Zarina, that's probably the right move, I suppose. But yeah, I agree with you. That was an interesting choice for sure. We are going to be taking...
Zarina coming in with the EMP.
Yeah, these survivors doing a great job coming through with the EMPs and kind of like monitoring these chases and helping each other out of tight situations.
Yeah. And the thing about Singularity too is like the less gens there are, unironically, the stronger and scarier he can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because less information he needs to do his job.
Exactly. He knows exactly where he needs to look. He knows exactly where to put his cameras. He knows exactly who he needs to be looking for and where they're going to be. But again, they did get that gen popped, and I am so concerned that we don't have a survivor out of this yet. I am really worried that if they don't catch the Zarina soon, we're getting a 4-man out, 3-man out potentially.
Which against a skilled Hux is not a common occurrence, actually.
No, that would be incredibly rare. And what worries me even more is that this killer does not have an end game perk. So if they pop this last generator and this Serena isn't dead, I think we're in trouble.
And it's nothing to do with the skill of our killer here. It's just these survivors are playing perfectly. They're in the exact positions they need to be in. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, as we said, Tremor, a team made up of, I think it's Tremor and X9 players who are like both very established teams, really, really good Dead by Daylight players, just insanely good. So I'm not surprised that we're seeing such high level gameplay from them on the Survivor side, but it is definitely putting our killer in a really difficult place. As you said, games on Singularity tends to go a little quicker than this. This is tough. I think we're getting 3 people out of this game. I think 4 potentially, but at least 3 people are getting out of here. I don't see a world in which we come back from this, especially when you're chasing a healthy ace. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's definitely it. I don't think there's much unless ooh.
Dang.
I don't know why I expected a Zarina with a beamer to come out of nowhere, but
maybe because we saw the Zarina flashing the flashlight over by the ace earlier. I was expecting that. But it looks like they are going for resets, so I mean, I don't know, guys. I think maybe we just scoot, right? I think we just scoodles.
Yep. You take your 3 out. That was a well-played game. Yeah,
really incredibly played by Tremor. I can't sugarcoat this. That was devastating for Silence. That was a very, very hard game. I could be wrong. I predict a masterclass in Singularity.
Our Singularity has what I can see, a better corrupt than our previous Singularity. Wow.
Yeah, they really do. They actually have quite a few gens that are pretty close together, to be honest.
Which is extra dangerous.
Survivor's doing a great job of stealthing around. Kate already secured an EMP, but Singularity has found our Pajama Heart Jake.
And that would be one thing I would say about our previous Singularity, is that I feel like they it's passe to say that, you know, just break the pallet, but there were some situations where maybe breaking the pallet would have saved them some time.
Yeah, if not in the immediate game, in future game for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, if you kind of have to decide when are you going to break pallet, when are you not, but if you don't break pallet now, you might need to have had it broken later, so sometimes you just need to do it. We are seeing a first tag on Jake. Jake's doing a good job, though, of extending that chase over there at that loop. We did see a couple of survivors on a gen, and it looks like these survivors know what they need to do, and they are gonna work hard for it. They are not gonna give this up easy to Kenshi.
Wow, they made it all the way to that vault.
The
That was perfectly timed.
Power of will, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, this Jake doing a really nice job of running. They do get a gen done. I think that was the one they had 2 people on, so that is a good start. Hello?
Head on. Hello.
I don't know that I've ever seen a Singularity get head on. That's a weird animation.
Yes, it is.
What the heck? Okay, I didn't know. I'm glad you knew what happened because I really didn't know what happened. I was like, is there something glitched here? Oh, really, really nice slipstream over to the ace, getting a hit on them. Gonna be pushing them now into main building. Oh,
that would have hit me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Every time, every time. Placing some of those biopods around, getting some more information, hoping to secure a first down here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen a first down yet.
I think we're about to.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think you're right. I was gonna say, unless they get that pallet. No, you were right. I shouldn't doubt you. You play killer so much more than me. Oh, that's a weird animation. My MMR, I don't see Singularity that much. So it's interesting to me to see the animation.
I'm going to tell you, no one sees Singularity that much.
Oh no?
No, he's not a very high played killer because he's such an involved killer to.
What?
Kate, you had one job.
That's crazy. That was
free.
That was very free, and you know what's really unfortunate? That would have been huge for them.
Yeah, that would have
massive to extend that.
That changes the game entirely. That one pallet save.
Yeah, 100%. Although I will say, our survivors, they've gotten a lot more done than I would have expected, but I don't know. That would have been so big. I'm so sad for them, honestly.
Yep. You know, all these years, I've never missed a pallet save.
Uh-huh.
That's my claim to fame. Never missed a pallet save.
Is that true? That doesn't sound true.
No, it's true. I that's the one thing in DBD I'm good at.
That's wild. Absolutely wild that you can claim that. I'm good at dying first. That's what I do.
All things considered, we're not in a bad spot. But I think in comparison, our Singularity last game was actually in a better spot at this particular point.
Yeah, this is interesting. It looks like Kenshi is opting to kind of camp this survivor out, which I don't think is a bad thing. They certainly did get them to second hook, which is good for them. Are they? Well, but if they opt to not leave here, they're going to be giving some gens away for free, and I don't know if that's the vibe.
Well, the thing is, right, we also know that not only was the ace on the hook, but the Nia is that a Nia? Yeah, the Nia's hanging around there. So we know there's 2 survivors not on gens. There can only be so many gens getting done.
That's true.
So honestly, I probably would have done the same thing.
No, you're right.
You were giving me 50% of your of your team in pressure right now. So I'm going to stand right here and we're going to have a little FaceTime.
They should use Skype instead.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
You know, and I am on the daily. Anyway, we are probably, I think we're going to be seeing this ace out of the game, in which case, oh, nope. Tracy's. We do see a Tracy's.
Now, do we want to give him that fresh hook, though?
Not really. No. But I think they're going to be pursuing this ace pretty hotly. I don't think they're gonna. I think that maybe the survivors are banking on them. Oh, nice hit by the Kate coming in. If they could get those EMPs off, that would be huge.
If we're gonna get 2 slugs here, this is really bad for these survivors.
Oh yeah, this is actually terrible. Oh no. Oh no. They absolutely get a hit here.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, this is mega bad actually. As you said, this is
if I'm these survivors, I'm letting our ace die.
Especially, yeah, no. Man, that's hard. But I will say, they only have 2 generators left. Our survivors have, you know, gotten a lot of gens done, but
they've also given our Singularity here a lot more pressure than they probably should have.
This is a weird game. Do you feel like this has been a weird game so far? I feel like this has been very weird because I feel
like all Singularity games are weird.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this has been really back and forth, and I also feel like the survivors have given away kind of a lot in a couple of instances. Like,
that's true.
Like that pallet save at the beginning, and then going in for, it was a good tank by the Kate, but giving them 2 slugs, like, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like they could have, I don't want to just be like, it feels like they could have played better, because that's not what I mean, but it feels like they could have had a better result at this particular point if they had made slightly different decisions, and they kind of were shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
Yep. What you just saw here, by the way, was what I was talking about earlier with Soma Family Photo. He was already injured, and getting tagged put him into deep wounds.
Yeah, you were absolutely right on that. They are getting a locker pickup here, buying a little bit of time, but ooh, we do hear some pretty good progress on a gen that's on our right. Gonna be looking around, seeing if we see anybody. No luck so far. I think we did see the Nia trying to stealth away earlier, though.
And this is where my brain starts to melt watching Singularity. Where are we? Where am I going is what I'm asking myself right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like Singularity players have to know these maps just better than anybody. Because I don't know where anything is. Like, I've played this game for 4 years, and I know the maps well. I don't know the maps like this. I can't look at a survivor on a biopod and know where that is. Unless it's, like, main building. Then I'll know.
Oof, this is a stark difference to what we saw in the last game.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, I feel like some of this is like self-imposed penance here. Like, I feel like, yes, Kenshi is playing well, but they've been given a lot. They've capitalized on what they've been given, but they've been given a lot that they didn't necessarily need to be given.
Can we get a memo to Kenshi to slow down so I can keep up?
Kenshi says no. Memo delivered. Kenshi says no. Kenshi says no. I will not be doing that. So
sad.
I think potentially we could just be at a point of just kind of wrapping things up, although that other generator was pretty far along, so we may be seeing one more generator come in for silence here. But I think we are looking at kind of a slow and drawn out 4K would be my guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing here too. I'd be very surprised at this point if they might get another gen done, but I'd be a little surprised if they did.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be looking for another survivor here, though. We do have one person on hook, 2 people injured.
There doesn't appear to be any gens with a ton of progress.
No, there was that one, but it seems like it has regressed pretty thoroughly.
Yep, in between the pain res that I believe hit it in the eruption. Yep.
Yeah, that'll do. Oh, do hear some progress here, and we do see that tag on the Nia. Gonna be taking chase as far away from these gens as possible in theory. Oh, nice pallet stun though.
Right before he could hit the slipstream.
Yeah, that was very nicely done. ultimately going to be taking us to our favorite corner in the universe. We're going to be going over to Comp Corner, adjacent to I'm Slugged Lane. And going to be getting another hook for our killer here. Again, Kenshi playing very, very well, just playing kind of slowly and methodically. And
I think we're going for a Scourge hook here.
I think we are, and also for a hook a little closer to this gen spread.
Minor alterations.
My genes might need minor alterations. Jeez.
Oh. Who do we have here?
We do have some scratch marks here. Finding another survivor out in the open. We do have someone who, again, as you said, is in that deep wound state.
Yep.
If we can get another quick down here, I think it's just going to be a matter of cleaning up some loose ends. They do get a rescue on that Nia, though.
We can hear the bell toll. We are running on a gen regression on at least one gen.
And that is going to be another survivor sent back to the campfire via the entity's grasp. 2 survivors left, 2 gens left. Pally, what are the odds we see another gen pop?
50-50. It could happen. Okay, 40-60 in favor of the killer. Now that I see where this survivor is.
30-70.
Yeah, it's lowering every second, but yeah.
This is a new fun game. Can Pally and T make 100%? Opting to finding that survivor again, looking to see if they see their friend, perhaps. God, I have no idea what they're doing. I'm trying to talk like I know what they're doing.
They're everywhere and they're nowhere at the same time.
It's so confusing to me. I'm it's just such a headache. I don't understand how they know where anything is.
You have to be on the ball. You got to drink your Red Bulls, all that stuff, you know.
Man, you are not wrong.
You know, as much as I say Singularity is confusing to watch, he is one of my favorite killers to watch. His gameplay loop is so entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. If not headache-inducing.
It makes you want to play him, but then at the same time, you're terrified to try. And again, using our broken or our EMP'd cameras here is just surveillance. That is huge information.
Yeah, absolutely. We are wrapping things up here pretty nicely. I think that is going to be the last generator that we saw going. Ultimately, again, Silence playing well, but putting themselves in a bit of a tough position. The question is, can they get hatched? The answer is going to be absolutely not, because this killer is, as you said, everywhere and nowhere.
The map awareness, the map sense on this Singularity, just for them to find this Nia like that. GG.
Yeah, absolutely. This was just very methodically played by Kenshi. Tremor ultimately coming out with the win here, I believe, and they just did really well. That first round really set them up for success in this killer round. There was not a whole lot that they needed to do.